Yo, I know it's been like a hot ass minute from my last video. I'm gonna blame that on prom and how I've been mentally after it. My prom wasn't like bad or nothing. My prom was actually really good and I had a lot of fun with my friends. Shout out to the niggas. It was a lot of fun with y'all. But I haven't made a video because or until now, um, because like mentally I just been like I haven't mentally been the best. Um, I ain't gonna lie, like the day after prom, I had a dream where I was talking to this one girl I had like been talking to over the break, or I just met over my break, um, like spring break, and I was thinking like, bro, me and her, we gonna be cooling. Like it ain't that serious, but it's kind of serious, but it's not at the same time because we just cooling. Um, I'd be lying if I say I didn't like really like her. Um, and so she, that's the same girl that ghosted me like fucking a month ago. I ain't gonna lie, like it's been a month already, and I thought I was cooling, but the day after prom, I had a dream. So literally Sunday, I woke up 11 because the dream was just it was just like very like depressing, you know. It was just reminding me of like none of the good things uh about me, Um, in the dream, it was like me and her talking, and then it had like shifted forward to like me and her later in the future, and we were chilling. Um, and then out of nowhere, we just weren't, and then she fucking disappeared. And she disappeared in the way of when I woke up, the dream was over. And it wasn't like no, oh we were good type of like no, it was like an argument. She left, slammed the door over something, and when she slammed the door, I woke up and I was like, "Are we dead ass?" So it was the shit was just reminding me of like, all right, bro. So I just got like abandoned, kind of twice, um, you know, by the same chick, um, and that shit like killed me. Like I like after that, I don't have the motivation to do a lot of stuff. Um, like right now, I'm doing this. I mean, I have a project. Shit, I have a project I have to do like right now, but I don't even have the energy to do the project. I just kind of wanna talk, bro. Like it's just it's just a little difficult. So I just kind of want to talk about how I'm feeling because I'm not feeling good at all. Um, I know Monday in like English we were doing like this happiness like unit and shit, and so one of the questions is like that you guys supposed to ask your table mate, your partner, or some shit. And you're supposed to ask them like, are you happy? Like you're supposed to ask them what are they happy about, or what are they happy for, and I just give like you know like a basic response. I'm happy, or I'll be happy once I achieve peace or whatnot. Just basically saying I'm happy, but like I'm not, bro. Like I'm not happy at all. I'm not happy with myself. I'm not happy with where I am in life right now, at least socially. Um, I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I act. I don't like the way I talk, the way I think. I'm always envious of others for what they have. I envy people who look good because they barely. I feel like as if they don't have to worry about anything. I envy people who are good at things I want to be good at because what are you doing, bro? Why are you good at the thing I want to be good at? I spend so much time doing that thing. I just kind of feel like, what's the point? Like, there's someone better than me at this. What's the point? Um, and I realized that this was like showing, even before I had met this girl. It only got bad after. Because beforehand, I was on a trip. The spring break was my trip, but I was on a trip, and I took photos of where I went, and I remember coming back home, and my mom was like, "Why didn't you post any photos?" why didn't you like, because I took a lot. Look, yeah, I took like 50 photos altogether, which isn't that much when you go to two different countries, but um, I took like 50, 60 photos of like some places and statues and shit like that. And I was like, why didn't you take any photos? And I was like, because people already took photos of the same shit. So what was the point of like taking, or what was the point of posting my point of view when people already took like photos of it? And recently I was at my TT's house, and she said the same thing. She's like, why didn't you send me any photos? So I sent her the photos, and she's like, these photos are better than the ones that were put up in there. Why didn't you put them in there? And I was like, I don't know. But I guess that's where I've been at. I guess recently I just I guess self-doubt, um, self-hatred, self-loathe, um, and almost anything that has to do with self in a negative way, I kind of feel towards myself. Um, I mean, in an easier way to put it, I hate myself and I kind of want to die. In the simplest of terms, that's what I'm feeling right now. I don't feel important at all. I just don't feel like, my life is more important than someone else's. I feel like really insignificant when it comes to like what I'm doing, or what I could do. I feel like I'm probably not gonna achieve shit. So what's the point? That's just where I'm at. I mean, to put it in complicated terms, um, I'm constantly at war with myself and my mind, and it's leaving me completely drained of energy, and it leaves me hating myself. I wake up like damn near every morning. Like there'll be some mornings I'll wake up, I'll be happy, but just not these past couple days. Just not these past couple days at all. I wake up and I just like I look in the mirror for a little bit. And I'm like, I just can't. I just can't stare at myself for too long and say, oh yeah, dude, like, you're the shit. I can't do that. I kind of just peep the mirror for a second and I'm gone. Like, I don't know. I don't understand how people could do that. Once again, I'm envious for that. I'm envious how people can like really love themselves, and they they don't have to deal with what I'm dealing with. I wish I could be like that. I wish I could just like wake up, go to the bathroom, look in the mirror, say, "Damn nigga, you fine as fuck." Take my shit, leave, get ready for school, and be happy for the rest of my day, and keep going. But no, I kind of just wake up in the morning and be like, "You fat fucking piece of shit. You're a fucking loser. Like you're worthless." Like genuinely, I just kind of think that to myself. I'm like, "What the fuck, bro? Like, what are you doing? You sit here, get on the game, you don't do shit. You sit here, go home, you don't do shit. You have time, you have a gym membership, you don't do shit. You can literally go outside, do anything, you don't do shit." And it's like, I just, over time, it just gets to a point where I kind of force myself, or not force myself, but I kind of convince myself into thinking that, like, believing all that, believing what I think of myself. And, you know, it hasn't led to like the best thoughts. Like I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes when I'm really like in my head, I really just think like, what's dead stopping me from just walking down the street, going to like this little bridge, and just kind of like, you know, just kind of just, going off that bitch. Like if I were to go head first, I understand it's grass, but if I were to go like head first off of that bitch, like I'll be in critical condition. That's a good like 30-foot drop. Like I'll I'll be in critical. Like it's pretty high chance. It's just I'm not thinking of like the best things to do, with my life when I'm really low. And of course I'm not doing anything. I'm not like cutting myself or like doing any self harm. But I do like I don't think about self harm. I usually just kind of think about the act of just ending my life. because I see self harm as like it's like that's like a cry for help almost, but like as also a way to like numb it, like the pain you got going on. But like it doesn't numb me. For me, I just kind of see it as like a cry for help. But I don't necessarily think I need help. Like I have self control and I understand. Like I have like awareness. I'm aware to where the point it's like it's affecting my mental like in a negative way. Like I'm too I'm hyper aware of what's going on. Of too much shit. Like I care about too much other than myself. Um, and that's just where I'm at right now. Which kind of sucks because I didn't want like to be right here, especially with like these last month of school. I just wanted to just kind of be happy, not worry about too much with what was going on. Just kind of live my life, experience new shit. Kind of go out there and try my best. But it's getting hard. It's really getting hard. I'm struggling on turning in work and getting motivation to do shit. I'm struggling on, just waking up and starting my day off with a good day. Um, I don't really know what to do. I don't know what I can do. I mean, I know what I can do. I know I can like go to a therapist, but I don't even want to. I don't want to. I don't got a job, so I'm not gonna be the one who's paying for it, and I don't necessarily think my parents need to pay for a therapist. Because like I'm not hurt. I'm not gonna hurt anybody. I'm not gonna hurt myself. It's just kind of like thoughts. And I mean, yeah, thoughts could become real, but like I said, I have self control to where the point I'm not gonna do anything. So I'm not gonna waste my parents' money like that. But it's like, I don't even think the therapy would help if I went. And I don't want to be described no antidepressants, bro. Like at all. I really don't want to. I don't want that. Like I don't want to. I don't ever want to be prescribed a drug to feel quote unquote happy. Like that's not happiness, bro. That's like some fake shit. Like that's not me. Um. But yeah, I guess I'd like to say I'm sorry. If like you're my friend and shit, and you find out like kind of like this, my bad. I probably should have talked to y'all niggas about this, but I didn't want to bother any of y'all. I really don't want to bother anybody with my problems. Really, that's like it's kind of just how I've been feeling lately. I've been like, oh, I'm struggling. With these people are probably struggling too. I kind of force myself to think that it's more like I know my friends ain't doing shit, but it's like I don't even want to bother them with like what I got going on. Like they don't gotta force themselves to or feel obliged to like help me out. It's like, bro, I'd be there for them like quick as fuck if they needed it. But it's like for me, I feel like it's just like I gotta deal with my own shit. Like for me and myself and my me and myself alone. Like at some point, like when it comes to like my mental shit, like my mental health, I feel like that's like a battle I gotta do on my own. And it's not just them. Like even with my ex, she was like, don't do this on your own. Like your problems are my problems. No, they're not, King. They're not your problems. Don't say that shit. They're not your problems, bro. And it's like no matter what you gonna say, like it's not gonna stop me from keeping it from myself. Like I mean, do I want to all the time? Not really. Sometimes I do want to talk to people about it, but I just push through. Um, and I hate when people worry about me. I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling of like that's not the attention I would want. Like there's wanting attention and there's wanting like to be heard. I just kind of want to be heard. I want to be understood. I don't really want to be watched and like made sure like everything's good or of course I want to like some people to know like I'm good and like you know it's nice to know like oh people care enough to check on me but like I don't want them to do that because like they think I'm gonna harm myself or others. I'd rather let them do it on their own volition. Like they're just like oh let me see how he's doing. Um, um But yeah, I don't want to take up y'all niggas' time too much. I basically got out how I was feeling, as simple as that. I've been feeling down, how I hate myself, and how I kind of want to, KMS, but I'm not doing that because I'm not like in the depths of depression. I'm more of like surface level depression, I would think. I think it's just low self esteem. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But I love you guys. For like listening to this. Yeah, if you did listen to the whole thing, I really appreciate it. Thank you for hearing what a nigga has to say. And I hope your days, your nights, your evenings, whatever time it is for y'all. I just hope you're doing well, and I hope you surround yourself with people who care and love y'all. And that's gonna be a peace out on my end. Like y'all, allow y'all niggas. And don't do nothing stupid. Don't do nothing too stupid. Do know that people love you out there. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Peace.